Hello everyone, my name is Saba and I'm here to teach you a little math. The last session, we started linear functions and graphs by introducing the linear function. We learned how to figure out and identify the linear equation or function between other kind of functions. And we talked a little about a gradient and the intercept in a linear function. In this session, we're gonna talk a little more about gradient and slope and what they're gonna uh, tell us about the line that we have. If we have a 1 point, that we can pass an infinite number of lines from 1 point. Here is my 1 point, and as I said, infinite number of lines can pass through this 1 point. But if I know the orientation of the line, um, this is 1 point, and the orientation of the line, you can identify a specific line when you have a 1 point and the orientation. For example, we have 1 point here, point A, and we know that a line that passes through, that we want and we are looking for, passes through this point and have the angle of, for example, 45 degrees with the horizon. So we know there is only one line that passes through this point and have the angle of 45 degrees with the horizon. So with 1 point and gradient is the same concept as the angle with the horizon or the orientation of the line. When we have these two factors, we can identify a specific line. The other way is when we have 2 points. We can only draw one line passing through these 2 points. Okay, so these are two ways of identifying a specific line: 1 point and gradient, and the other way was having 2 points. Here, we're going to learn a little more about gradient or slope. Okay, I want to walk through the line. I want to transfer from one point to the other point on the line. For example, I want to travel from point B to point A, or from point A to point B. One way is to walk on the line, go from A to B. But if you can only have vertical steps and horizontal steps, you have to move a distance in vertically and a distance horizontally to go from A to B or B to A. Imagine I want to transfer from B to A. I have to travel this distance horizontally. I'm going to name it delta X. And then I have to travel this distance vertically. And I'm going to name it delta Y. If we write the delta y over delta x, or find out the proportion of delta y to delta x, we have the gradient or slope of our line. When we have these 2 points, we have its coordinates. We have x coordinate and y coordinate of point B, and x coordinate and y coordinate for point A. The difference of y coordinates over the difference of x coordinates gives us delta y over delta x, which is the gradient or slope. Um, and let me write an example here. For example, B is, I don't know, -2 and -1. A is 2 and 4. We want to find out the gradient of this line. What will it be? Let's see. YB is -1 minus YA is 4 over XB is -2 minus XA is 2. So our numerator is -5, -4, so it will be 5 over 4. Or if you want to write it in decimal form, it will be 1.25. This is the gradient or slope of our line. If you remember from our last video, we said that if the gradient is greater than 0, the line will be going upward when we are looking at it from left to right. You can see that this is true here also. This is greater than 0, so our line is going upward. The other way to find the gradient or slope of a line is by its angle or orientation. If we have this angle of a line with the horizon, we can find out the gradient or slope by its tangent. I'm gonna draw another line here. For example, we have a line. We know this is the coordinated system. This is our line. Okay, for example, it has an angle of what? Let's see, 45 degrees. Okay, the gradient or slope of this line is the tangent of 45 degrees. And we all know that the tangent of 45 is 1. So our slope will be 1. Okay, here we have different kinds of line. As I said before, when the slope or gradient is greater than 0, the line is going upward. When it is less than 0, it is going downward. We have two other cases here. If we have a horizontal line, it means the slope is 0. So, what was the gradient intercept form of a line? It was ax plus b. A was always our slope or gradient. When it is 0, this term is going to be 0. So we only have b. So the equation will be y equal to b. This is the only case that we don't have an x in our equation for a line. This is the only case. In all other cases, we should have x in the equation. And one of the other cases that we have is when we have vertical line. When we have vertical line, the slope is undefined. Why? Because our line, if I have 2 points on the line, the x's will be the same. Okay? It is x and y. I don't know, y1. This is x and y2. The x's are the same in this line. So the slope will be delta y over delta x. Delta x is going to be 0 because the x's are the same. It's going to be x minus x will be 0, okay? And it is not defined for a fraction to have the denominator of 0. So slope cannot be something over 0. It is undefined. In a vertical line, we only have x, we don't have y. So the equation of a vertical line is always x equal to a constant amount. It can be anything. Okay, I think this is enough for this session. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will be see you in my next videos. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel or visit my website. Thank you.